Fallout 76 is way better than a lot of the Fallout community wants to admit. I only got into Fallout until around the year 24 or maybe 25, so I'm saying this right now. I do not care about old Fallout purist arguments or lore elitism. This is a universe with literal aliens, mutants, cryptids, cults, giant monsters, and all kinds of crazy post-apocalyptic stuff. If one returning faction or one lore stretch ruins the whole game for you, that sounds like a you problem. I didn't buy Fallout 76 until November 2025, and honestly, that was the perfect time to start. I started at level 1 and got to level 28 normally, then realized there was no real level cap, and saw people in the thousands. At that point I said fuck this, and bought the level 50 boost from the Atomic Shop. Since then, I'm level 232, with 562 hours played. So this is not some 10-hour review from someone who quit early. One of the dumbest complaints I keep hearing is, the Enclave is on the East Coast before it should be. Who cares? Seriously, who cares? This is Fallout. There are aliens, Mothman cults, giant mutants, cryptids, insane science experiments, and every other ridiculous thing you can think of. But somehow that is what breaks immersion for some people. Grow up. The Enclave is in the game through the White Spring Bunker and Modus story, so whether people like it or not, it's there and it's part of the game. That complaint is preference, not proof the game is bad. The other complaint I hear all the time is, there's nothing to do, or the game is boring. I genuinely do not understand that one. If you think Fallout 76 has nothing to do, then you either barely played it, ignored half the game, or expected it to play exactly like a single-player Fallout, instead of what it actually is. There are enemies all over the map, public events always popping up, expeditions, seasonal content, daily and weekly challenges, camp building, legendary farming, faction quest lines, boss fights, nuke events, build crafting, mutation setups, rare plans, trading, and more. So when people say it's a dead world, I really don't get what game they're playing. There is stuff to fight all over Appalachia. There are events constantly. There are systems you can spend hundreds of hours learning if you actually engage with the game instead of standing around and then saying it's empty. You also do not have to spend money in the Atomic Shop to enjoy the game. Yes, the game has monetization, and yes, I use the level 50 boost myself, but you can still earn atoms for free through challenges and in-game tasks, so acting like the game forces you to constantly spend money is exaggerated. Now to be fair, I will give the Fallout elitists one thing. The story is short. If you're expecting a giant branching RPG with tons of meaningful choices and big ending differences, this game is not that. The story is shorter than it should be, and there really are only about 2 major choices that feel like they matter. The Brotherhood of Steel choices. Picking Crater, Raiders, or Settlers for the gold mission. There's also the Ghoul option now, but I don't really count that as some huge permanent RPG choice because you can literally reverse it. That makes it feel more like a gameplay toggle than some serious roleplay consequence. That's one of the biggest weaknesses of Fallout 76 to me. Not enough major choices that actually feel heavy or permanent. But outside of that, a lot of the hate this game still gets feels outdated as hell. A lot of it feels like people still stuck in the 2018 launch. Lore elitists crying over small details. People who barely touch the newer version of the game. People refusing to engage with the actual systems and then saying there's nothing to do. Is Fallout 76 perfect? No. It has flaws. The main story is shorter than it should be. Meaningful choices are limited. Some systems feel more MMO than classic Fallout. And the monetization deserves side-eye sometimes. But if you judge the game for what it is now instead of what it was at launch or what nostalgia wanted it to be, it's honestly a solid Fallout game with a lot of content and a lot more to do than people give it credit for. I'm 562 hours in, level 232, and I still don't understand how people can honestly say there's nothing to do. At some point, that stops being a game problem and starts being a you problem.